Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, in this wonderful world. Welcome to Coach Michael Lin's webinar on how to manage the 4 different types of millennials. All right. And before we get started, let me just very briefly, quickly introduce myself. Okay. All right. My name is Michael Lin. My clients call me Coach Michael Lin. That's because I do training, consulting, and coaching in business negotiation, emotional intelligence, and leadership. And then one of the areas that I specialize in within leadership is managing millennials, because I've had millennial employees, and I have had plenty coaching clients and students in my leadership classes who are millennials. And so what you are about to hear took me 5 years of research to study. Okay, so and also this is based on a lot of the research by scientists, university professors, and so on and so forth. Okay, so very quickly introduce myself. My name is Michael Lin, that's L-I-N, and my clients, they call me Coach Michael Lin. I was born in 1969 in Beijing, the capital city of China. And I left in 1988, and I have never ever been back. Okay, kind of scared. My friends keep on joking with me. Michael, you and your big mouth and your analytical thinking. You keep on talking, and the minute you land back in there, they're gonna drag you out of the line and shoot you in the head because they don't like it when you talk. So I left. I've never been back. And also, the China I left is nothing like the China you see on TV today. The China you see on TV today is economic boom, corruption, and pollution. The China I left, the closest thing you can see on TV today is that of North Korea, whereby everybody is super skinny except one dude who is anything but skinny. Have you ever wondered why that is? Why is that dude not skinny? Okay. I remember back in China up to 1980, probably up to 1982. If you're a peasant, okay, number one, you're not allowed to move. Certainly not move to the city. There's 2 tiers of citizenship, so much so for equality. There's the urban citizens, and then there's the rural citizens. And if you're a rural citizen, you're supposed to come to the collective farm, work for a whole day, and then get paid 2 cents a day. And if you had a backyard garden that you grew some vegetables, you had a chicken that laid eggs, that is a crime, because you have an entrepreneurial spirit. You are practicing capitalism. You're trying to feed your family, feed your children. That is a crime. We're supposed to practice equal poor. Everybody is equally as poor. Nobody's trying to get ahead. And your punishment will be so severe, you wish you were never born. Okay, no, you don't go to jail, because if you go to jail, they have to feed you. So you stay in the village, and then the whole village will just use all kinds of social measures to punish you. All right. So welcome to America. And so today we're going to talk about how to manage the 4 different types of millennials. And before we jump into the 4 different types of millennials, I want to tell you, and you need to hear, what is the truth that millennials have not been told. They've been robbed of this golden opportunity to hear what they need to hear. So let me tell you the truth that they need to hear first, and then we'll talk about who were supposed to tell them the truth and they did not. Okay, and then we'll get into the 4 different types. Which type you should keep, which type you should promote, and which type you should terminate. Now let's talk about the truth that they were supposed to be told, but nobody told them. The truth about life is this: that is, life is not about you hide in your mama's basement and then you demand the entire universe to come and make you happy, to give you everything that you could wish for. No, that is not life. The opposite is true in life. That is, in life, you get out of your mama's basement and then you try to get whatever it is you want. And the universe will not come and give whatever you want for free. There will be obstacles. You will have to fight. You will have to overcome those obstacles to get what you want. Okay? And overcoming those obstacles, overcoming those challenges, overcoming the problem that's in front of you, that is how you grow. That's how you get smart. That's how you build muscle, okay? Emotionally, psychologically, right? That's how you get strength. That's how you get insights in life, and that's how you gain wisdom. That's how you build true confidence. That's how you build true self-esteem, all right? But having little kids playing soccer and not keeping score, in the name of, build self-esteem, no, you're going to have the opposite effect. The opposite effect is you robbed their chances of developing their self-esteem. It's like you got to go to the gym and then work out to build muscle, okay? You don't build muscle by laying in bed, okay? What happened to astronauts when they return to Earth? When they go from 0 gravity for 2 weeks, come back to Earth, okay? They have trouble standing up. You know how people, oh, nobody likes me. You know, I want high self-esteem. And then here's the thing: the more you like yourself, the less you crave being liked by other people. The less you truly like yourself, the more you crave being liked by other people. You know those people with a perfect Facebook profile, and you know them in real life. They're in their real life, it's a different person. Okay, they in their life is a mess. But on Facebook, they have the perfect life, and they will post their dinner, and then they'll send you a Facebook email, and they say, "Oh, I posted my dinner. I got 13 likes. Why don't you give me another like?" They're seeking being liked. Why? Because they don't truly like themselves. If they truly liked themselves, they would have no need craving being liked by other people. So how do you truly like yourself more and more every day? So you don't need to crave being liked by other people. There's only one way, which is you expand your comfort zone. You develop yourself. You practice fear busting. You do whatever is outside your comfort zone. Your logical head says, "I need to do this," and then your heart says, "This is scary." Knowing it's scary, feeling the fear, you go out and do it anyway. You may not succeed the first time. You may not succeed the second time. You may not succeed in everything you do, but you will succeed in something. Okay, and every time you are succeeding something, you bust one of your fears, you are going to get a high, and it's the same high you get from drinking alcohol, eating chocolate, shopping for shoes, shopping for whatever latest gadgets, and doing drugs, legal or illegal. You get a high, but there's a key difference. That is, if you get a high using external stuff, be it alcohol, chocolate, sugar, ice cream, shopping, with those highs, you crash. You crash right away. Okay, and then you crave to get the high back. So what do? You become a burden to society. You become an addict. You start stealing stuff, take it to the pawn shop in exchange for cash, so you can buy those substances and then get the high again. Okay, this is why giving them free needles, you are not helping them. Okay, it helps the folks who give them free needles, but it doesn't help the folks who are addicted, who need to get off the roller coaster, the rat race, the treadmill. Okay, but if you practice fear busting, you do whatever you need to do to expand your comfort zone, to succeed, to accomplish things, do things you've never done before. Every time you bust one of your fears, every time you finish something, you're gonna get a high, and the high will stay with you forever. It never ever crashes. All right. Um, think about your own life. Okay, think about the things that used to be scary to you, and you busted them. I don't care how rich you were born, how poor you were born, how American you were born, how much of an immigrant you were born. It doesn't matter. Okay, I'm sure you busted fears, plenty of fears in your life to get to this point. Okay, and if you can drive, I'm sure you were not born right with ability to drive. That is something you had to learn, and it wasn't the easiest thing you had to learn, right? And it was a fear busting process, right? Yeah, I'm just using that as a simple example. Okay, so you develop yourself, you practice fear busting. Okay, that's how you build true confidence and true self-esteem. And people with this kind of thinking, their thinking is, I want things in life. Okay, I need things in life. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna get it. And where are all the chances? Where are all the opportunities? Opportunities for me to either get something or learn something by overcoming something. That is the helpful way to think, helpful to yourself. That is the truth about life, and that is the truth about life the millennials should have been told. Okay, some of them have been told that, all right, but not all of them. Now, who are the people who were supposed to tell them this and didn't do their jobs, or even worse, told them the opposite, either intentionally or unintentionally? Okay, I can think of the following categories of people: parents, school teachers, universities, and marketers and advertisers, and even some of the gurus out there. Okay, let's start with parents. Again, I'm not talking about all parents, and I'm not talking about all millennials. But if you run into a millennial and you're a manager, and they drive you nuts, they give you a stomach ulcer. Okay, that's fit. Okay, but I've also run into plenty of millennials, and there's nothing millennial about them, so they are not in this category. They have been told by whoever, or they figured out on their own. Okay, so parenting over the past 20, 30 years, everything's the fall of the Soviet Union. Okay, America won the Cold War, and there were books written about history has ended. It's going to be prosperity from now on. Life is going to be nothing but happiness. Everybody's going to be pampered. There will be no more struggle in life. And then a lot of the parents, the parenting style, or we can say parenting fad at the time was the phrase was, "I want the best for my kids." Right now, there's nothing wrong with "I want the best for my kids." However, what do you mean by best? Okay. Words can be misleading. All right. For example, managers come to me and they say, "Well, my employees struggle. I will jump in there and help them." And I realized what they meant to say is they would do the task for their employees. No, that, you're not helping them. When we say, okay, I'm moving this weekend, okay, come and help me move. That is really, I want you to do some of the physical labor for me, moving heavy furniture. Okay, but if an employee is struggling with some kind of a task, and you jump in there and you did the task for them, you're not helping them. You are harming them because you robbed their chances of learning something. Okay, especially if it's a task that you have performed a million times, you have mastered it, and then you push the employee aside, and then you did it really, really fast, and you didn't even give the employees a chance to watch how you did it. You didn't explain; you just did it and did it fast. That's not helping. Even though you say, "Oh yeah, help them," no, you harmed them. You robbed their chances of learning something. So back to parenting, when parents says, "I want the best for my kids," a lot of those parents, what they meant to say was, "I want my kids to enjoy the best material wealth at their tender young age. I don't want my kids to struggle. I don't want my kids to struggle with the things that I struggled. Okay, I want to give them the best material wealth right here, right now." Let's not blame parents. Okay, parents, they do the best they possibly can. No parents would intentionally want to harm their own children. Every parent try to do the best they can to the best of their abilities. They will do whatever they can that is the best to their ability at the time. So parents robbed their kids the chances to grow, to learn, to develop. And the second group is school teachers. Now, I'm sure plenty of school teachers have their heart in the right place. However, I wish I can say the same about the teachers union. Okay, it is not a good idea to put in a system whereby kids will play soccer and not keeping score. That is not helping them to develop their self-esteem. That is not helping them to develop anything. You're robbing their chances to develop. And then universities. Universities, over the past, whatever, 10, 20 years, they started viewing students as customers, as opposed to the future of humanity, the future of society, the future of our country. If anybody can go to the politician and borrow money, okay, and go get a degree, regardless of whether that degree will help you with being able to find employment. Okay, universities has become giant businesses, encourage young people at the age of very young to borrow a huge amount of money to get degrees that may or may not be able to help them with their employment opportunities down the road, right? So universities started pampering and catering to their students. Instead of treating their students as students, they're here to learn, to teach them what they need to learn. Universities started pampering them to just have a good time. 4 years on college, just here to have a good time. Parents, school systems, and universities, right? Now we come to marketers and advertisers. Marketers and advertisers, this is what they've been doing, which is, "Oh, life is so hard. Why don't you come here and buy this product? We'll give you an instant boost. You feel good right away. This thing, we're here to pamper you. We're here to satisfy your every wish. So come and buy this overpriced something. We'll treat you like a king. We'll treat you like a princess." All right. And then a lot of young people, they get confused between being a consumer to a corporation versus being an employee of a corporation. And then they have this confused attitude with their own managers. And what they don't realize is, what they're thinking and feeling is, well, when I walk into some store, they pamper me. So when I come here to work, why don't my boss pamper me? Why wouldn't my boss hold me accountable? When I go to a store to spend money to buy something that's overpriced, somehow I can hold the corporation accountable. What they are confused. All right. And so we talk about parents, school system, university system, and marketers and advertisers. And then there are people, their entire profession is to drive a wedge between employers and employees. For example, they would go out there and ask provocative questions. They will say things like, employers, all you care about is to make sure employees hit the numbers. You don't care about the people. You only care about hitting the numbers. Well, that is trying to confuse the issue. All right. What they're trying to say is hitting the numbers and caring about the people are two opposite goals. No, they're trying to confuse the issue to drive a wedge between employees and employers. The truth of the matter is holding the employees accountable, okay, and trying to encourage your employees to hit the numbers, that is helping you employees. That is taking care of your people. Because you're trying to help them to grow, to develop, right, to build muscle. You providing them with a golden opportunity to learn, to practice, and to do things they have never done before, to develop themselves. That is helping people. Imagine if you did the opposite. Okay, you don't hold employees accountable. You don't push anyone to hit the numbers. What's going to happen? The employees will slack off. Every employee will slack off, and nobody here is doing any work. And next thing you know, your business is out of business. How is that helping anyone? All right. I thought the idea is we create win-win situations for everybody, for customers, for the business, and then for all the employees. We're going to create win-win situation for everyone. The business has a system. The employees are here to do all the work, to serve customers, or to produce some kind of a product, to make the customers happy, and everybody wins. The customers get what they want, the business gets to make a profit, and the employees gets to earn salaries and then grow and then develop their abilities to do more things, do more tasks, so they can earn more money down the road, 20 years down the road. That's the idea. All right. So those are the 5 categories of people: parents, school system, universities, marketers, and advertisers, and then those gurus who try to drive a wedge between the employees and employers for their benefit, not for your benefit, not for the benefit of the millennials. Okay. So what they're trying to sell feel-good drugs to millennials for their financial gain, and then point the finger at the business and you, the leader, say, why are you not pampering your millennial employees? And they're trying to play a moral guilt on you for their benefit, to say you're the bad person, you're not pampering your employees. So don't get bamboozled. Understand, it's for their benefit. Okay. Sure, they're gonna get wild cheers and applauses from the employees who don't want to do the work. That's their they're trying to sell sugar. They're trying to sell fast food to people who are not into healthy eating. All right, you get the metaphor? All right. So now now I've explained to you the truth that they should have been told. They need to have been told. Who are the people who should have told them the truth but did not do their jobs? Now let's go through the 4 different types of millennials. So type 1 is down the bottom, right? Anyway, there are the 2 measuring criteria. On the X, and then there's the Y. So on the X, we have to the left we have I don't know what I want, and then to the right is I do know what I want. And on the Y, on the vertical, down the bottom we have I demand comfort, and then to the top we have I seek challenges. So those are the 2 measuring criteria. And 2 times 2 is 4. That gives us the 4 types of different millennials. And type 1 is the following: is I don't know what I want. Okay, maybe I've got food on the table and a roof over my head. Maybe this is because mom and dad are still paying, even though I'm 35 years old. All right, and also I thought life is supposed to be filled with comfort and happiness 25 hours a day, 8 days a week. And I thought other people were supposed to be they're responsible for my happiness. And it's my strong belief that if you create discomfort for me, any kind of small amount of discomfort for me, your intention must be to harm me, to hurt my feelings, to harm me. And I spend 25 hours a day, 8 days a week, all my time proactively looking to get offended. That's type 1. This is the worst case scenario of those millennials that give managers a stomach ulcer. Okay. Now let's move on to the opposite, which is type 4 on the top right corner. These are the folks, their thinking is, I know what I want and I seek challenges. All right, this is type 4. I know what I want and I want it badly, be it whatever, more money, more glory, more success, whatever their definition of success, whatever it is they want and they know what they want. And also they seek challenges. And their thinking is, I am responsible for my well-being and happiness. I understand that in order to get what I want, I must put in effort and endure hardship. And I understand overcoming obstacles is how I will grow, earn self-respect, gain true self-confidence, and increase my self-esteem. I don't want free fish. I want to learn how to fish on my own. If you take me out fishing with you, teach me how, okay, let me try, hold me accountable, then it might create discomfort for me, but I will thank you for holding my feet to the fire. These are the best millennials. These are the folks you should go on there, hire, find them, attract them, and utilize them, promote them into leadership, give them more tasks, give them more challenges. These are the people that you should be looking to get around you. All right, now move to the bottom right corner. We have type 2. Type 2 is I know what I want, and I would like to have the things I want. However, it seems that in order to get what I want, right, I must endure hardship. Oh, life is hard. I don't like the idea of having to endure hardship. I thought life was supposed to be easy and painless. Why all the discomfort? Life is so hard. Oh, I'd rather sit around and just complain about how hard life is. So I haven't been given what I want. I need the world to give me what I want. Okay. Um, these type of folks, it's a challenge. Okay, they know what they want, but they don't want to endure hardship. So where you need to coach them is on. No one is supposed to be. Money doesn't grow on trees. There's no such thing as free lunch. So you where you coach them on is to give them chances to overcome baby steps obstacles and give them a feeling of I've succeeded in something, I can do something, I can overcome obstacles, right? Now we move on to the top left corner. That's type 3. Type 3 is I don't know what I want, but I'm searching for tasks. I would like to have some kind of a goal. Okay, I'm searching for tasks, projects, activities, meaning, a profession, a career, right? And the passion to fully engage myself. Nothing excites me. I'm looking for something that excites me. And also with type 3, I'm responsible. Understand, I'm responsible for my well-being and happiness. And if I discover what it is that I want, I'll go for it. And I understand that in order to get what I want, I must put in the effort and endure hardship. I understand that overcoming obstacles is how I grow, earn self-respect, gain true self-confidence, and increase my self-esteem. And if you can help me find my passion, I'll be forever grateful to you. So these type of folks, okay, you need to have a lot of casual conversation with them, and when they are relaxed, not in a formal interrogation setting, the opposite of a formal interrogation. Just lots and lots of little casual conversations and help them find out something that they can be passionate about. Okay. All right. So those are the 4 types of millennials. Let me quit sharing, and let's get back to what sort of folks you should terminate, and why you should terminate them. What sort of folks you should promote, and then coaching and then building the right company culture. Okay. Now, essentially, it's type 1. Okay. Type 1 are the folks that you should just let them go. And also, this is counterintuitive. Okay. If you don't let them go, you are actually harming them. But if you do let them go, you are actually helping them. Let me give you a story. Did you know that Abraham Lincoln had a little brother who was a drunk? Always come to Lincoln, ask for money, and then Lincoln would go, "Oh, I feel so sorry, my brother isn't drunk." So Lincoln will give his brother money, and then the brother will use the money to go get drunk. And then when the money's all gone, he'll come back to Lincoln and ask for more money. Until one day Lincoln realized, by giving him money, I'm not helping him, am I? I'm actually harming him. So Lincoln wrote his brother a letter, basically saying that you're no good, you drink, you don't go get a job. And me giving you money, that's not helping you. So I'm going to truly help you starting from today by giving you no money, go get a job. Stop drinking. Okay, you see, that's you truly helping someone. So if an employee is causing trouble, okay, doesn't want to do any work, and then think working is they too good to do any work, thinking that if you're an employer, you hold them accountable, you give them a challenge, you want them to learn something, you want them to expand their comfort zone, they think you're trying to harm them. And if you keep them employed, right, you're harming them because you're robbing their chances of growing up, of getting outside their comfort zone. And also you're harming other employees. You're harming the business. If all your employees are like that, your business will be out of business. How is that helping anyone? Okay. But if you let them go after you've done everything, maybe that's the medicine they need. It's a wake-up call. Okay, get them to think, get them to and also by letting them go, they're really outside the comfort zone. Okay, they don't have that income. They might start re-evaluating their life, their belief system, their strategy on life. Why life is not working out the way they want it? Why is the universe not the way they want it? Why doesn't the world should revolve around me? Why is it not revolving around me? What? All right. So by terminating them, okay, you are helping them. And this is a leadership class, not an HR class. So when we say terminate, we don't mean you terminate them in this minute. We mean you follow all the HR rules and HR regulations, right? Takes 3 weeks, 3 months, okay, 9 months, whatever you have to do to be legal. Okay, you cross all your T's and dot all your I's. You do all the hard work, make sure you're legal and you're safe, and you get rid of the bad apple. Okay. Now, type 4 are the kind of folks you should attract and you should promote. Now, here's the thing. You want to attract them from the very beginning, all right? Not after they're hired, not during the job interview. You want to attract them at the job advertising. You want to put job ads out there that only attract best talents, people who want to grow. I'll give you an example, okay? And one of my business clients is a doctor in Phoenix, Arizona, and then he had trouble hiring employees. He would hire someone new almost every week, and so he would come. He asked me to help him, and then I took one look at his job ad. It says free lunch every day. I knew where he got it wrong. Okay, It's the free lunch is from the pharmaceutical reps come to the doctor's office. Every day there's a different pharmaceutical rep from a different pharmaceutical company bringing lunch. So he thought that's something to use to attract. Yes, it was something that will attract the wrong kind of employees. Employees are looking for free lunch every day, as opposed to employees who are looking for learning opportunities. So an employee who's looking for free lunch every day, when they see an ad like that, they will apply. But an employee who is looking for growth opportunities and they're looking for challenges, when they see such an ad, they will not apply because they'll be thinking, what's going on here? What sort of people would I be working with? Oh, people looking for free lunch. You mean slackers? I don't want to work with slackers again. I had a job like that. All my colleagues were slackers. They don't help me with my job, my work, and my career development. I don't want to get a job like that ever again. So I'm not going to apply there. Okay. So in my coaching and training, I go into a lot of details helping you how to draft the kind of ad to attract the right people. And also, I help all my clients to figure out that psychology. Okay, what is the job? What is the profession? What is the industry? What sort of person would apply for this job? What sort of person would excel, would cherish this job? What sort of person would apply for this job and just want to put in the minimum effort and just want to get paid? And how do you attract the right people and how do you repel the wrong people? In any kind of a marketing, advertising, okay, in addition to attract the right people, sometimes it's even more important that you must repel the wrong people. For example, if you have two dealerships, the first one sells, say, used Prius. The second one sells used Harley Davidson. You kind of don't want to put them next to each other and let your customers know that you own both dealerships, because the prospective Harley Davidson buyers may laugh at your Prius business, and your prospective Prius buyers may come to your Harley Davidson dealership and protest. Okay, same thing with if you own two hotels. One is say $300 a night, Santa Monica 3rd Street Promenade, $300 a night. The second hotel is $30 a night. All right, Manhattan, Kansas, population 20,000. Okay, you don't want to advertise these two hotels in the same magazines to the same, because you don't advertise them to the same crowd, the same kind of people. So you want to attract the people you want to attract and repel the people you don't want to attract. Otherwise, you're creating nothing but problems. And then you have got to be clever about how to read resumes and also what sort of job interview questions you use. There are techniques that I coach my coaching clients, how to read resumes to figure out which resume is a waste of time. Don't even call them, just delete. Okay. Here's one simple example. All right. Changing job every 3 months for 20 years with no career progression. That is not a good resume. However, if someone who changes jobs every 3 years over the past 20 years, right, or the past 6 years, but every time there's career progression. If you look back 10, 20 years, okay, he started out as some clerk, and 20 years later he is director of something or expert in something. That is a good resume. Even though he changes jobs every 3 years, you're gonna have him for 3 years and probably no more. Okay, that is a very good resume. And besides, not everyone stay for lifetime employment in 2020. All right, in my leadership classes, I go into details, explain why that is. What happened to employee loyalties, and it all ended in 1990, 30 years ago, and explain all of that in my private coaching and in my leadership classes. And so you gotta vet your resumes, and you gotta attract the right candidates. You gotta learn how to read the resumes, and then when you interview them, you can't use conventional job interview questions provided to you by HR. All right, and here's an example to illustrate why. For example, okay, you can't ask them, "Are you hardworking? What is your biggest weakness?" I work too hard. You can't ask them, do you pay attention to details? What you past coworkers will say about you, because those questions only a con artist, a professional liar, can give you a good answer. Sure, we want to find out if the fella is going to be a responsible worker, but you can't ask him that. Are you a responsible worker? Yes, I am. Yes, that is the answer you want to find, but that is not going to be the wording of those questions. All right. I teach you how to draft your own creative, covert job interview questions. I have actually 10 plus 3 bonus examples. For example, ask them, do you have any questions for me? And based on the questions they ask, you're going to realize, so that's what he's focused on. If he asks, questions relating to learning things and developing his career, making contributions, or is he asking about what's in it for me? How early can I knock off? And I have a vacation plan coming up in about a week. Can I take 2 weeks off every month? You can ask them things like, why did you look on the resume? Why did you move from company A to company B 5 years ago, 3 years ago? And from the answer, you can learn so much about them. And then you want to develop a whole new company culture. Okay, and the culture is not. This is the kindergarten. Okay, and you come here 9 to 5 to enjoy, to have fun. This is like you go to the beach, sit on the beach. This is like you go to some holiday destination to have fun for 2 weeks. No, this is WORK. All right, you want to build a culture whereby we're here to create win-win situations for everybody. We want to serve customers, to provide the service and the product the customers would pay for, okay, gladly. And we're here to make a profit for the business, so the business can go on, can survive, can excel, so the business can grow and serve more customers. And then through the process, okay, employees do the work, and employees will grow their muscles. This is like going to the gym, and fellow employees, it's kind of like a spotting buddy. You go to the gym together to lift the weight. You're encouraging each other up. All right. We have playful, healthy competitions, and we help each other to grow. It's like you see how those athletes, say for example, running marathon. Okay. So if another runner fell, you often see on TV that other competitors will stop and help them to get up. Because why do they do it? Because they're thinking it could be me. It could be me tripped over and with a broken bone, and nobody's helping me. Okay. So you see those rally cars, when they see another car flipped over in the ditch, they will stop and help the other rally car. Why? Because they're thinking it could be me. I could be out there with a concussion or bleeding to death. So that's the culture you want to build and emphasize. You want to develop a culture whereby it's the opposite of companies, business managers. Why do you care? So why do you only care about pushing employees to hit the numbers? You don't care about people. It's all about people. No, you need to understand that is trying to bamboozle you. They're trying to sell something to employees by driving a wedge between the employees and the employers. The culture you want to build is the opposite, which is it's like going to the Olympics. Okay, after winning the gold medal, right? They ask the athlete, so how do you feel? How do you feel about your coach? The athlete will say something to the effect of, well, me and my coach, we have a sort of a love and a hate relationship. I hate the fact that my coach was hard on me, right? He told me to eat this and don't eat that, don't smoke, don't drink, go to bed early, don't go on a party, get up at 5 in the morning, come to the gym, come to the field, run and push up, and my body, whatever, aches. Okay, I hate the fact that he was holding me accountable. He wouldn't let me to goof off. He wouldn't let me eat McDonald's or what have you. But I thank him. I loved the fact that he saw me as someone with potential. He saw I have potential capabilities inside of me that even I couldn't see it myself. And then he put in the effort. Hey, I get up at 5 in the morning. He had to get up at 5 in the morning too. It wasn't like he wasn't there, right? When I got to the gym, he was already there, waiting for me, getting the day's routine ready for me. Okay, so without him, I could have not have won this gold medal. It was because of him holding me accountable. He did the hard work of holding me accountable. Okay, wouldn't let me slide. That's how I was able to win this gold medal. So you want to build a culture that at this company, we're going to hold each and every employee accountable to accomplish. And then after you accomplish, you're going to feel good about yourself. You're going to feel truly good about yourself. It's not fake. The confidence, the self-esteem is genuine. It comes from inside of you because you accomplished something. And we're here to give you the opportunity, the chance to grow. And we're here to coach you. And by the way, a lot of leaders and managers, they're confusing discipline interaction with coaching. No, they're not the same thing. If an employee is perpetually goofing off, causing trouble, you put them in, right? You have a one talk with them, right? See how they respond. If they respond with, oh, I'm terribly sorry, I didn't know. Please tell me what I don't know. Well, that is a good employee, potentially a good employee with good potential for you to coach. So you start coaching them what they don't know, what they need to know. Now, if you put them in for the first conversation and then they weasel, they talk back, okay. All right, so we're going to have to start the proper procedure, discipline interaction, 3 strikes, you're out. Okay. The best time to coach an employee, and the way you coach an employee, right, is when they come to you. They come to you, they go, hey, boss, you can see I've been trying hard, but I'm still not accomplishing, okay? And I'm 10 on this team I'm number 10 on this team of 10 for the 3rd time. You can see I'm trying hard, but there must be something I don't know and I'm not aware of. And you've been in this industry for a long time. You've been watching me. So coach me. What is it that I don't know? That's the best time to coach. And when they first started making some kind of mistakes, when they first started doing something and doing it the wrong way, that may or may not be the best time to coach because they're having fun, they're excited, and when you jump in there to stop them, you're ruining their fun. Sometimes it's cheaper to allow them to make that mistake. If you can see they are about to make a mistake, and by making that mistake, it will not result in $1 million damage, employee getting their hand chopped off. By making that mistake, if it's going to be a $2 damage, 3 minutes of the employee's time, okay, let the employee go ahead and make that mistake. Quite often, making that mistake, that pain from that mistake, is the most efficient, right? The best, the fastest method for anyone and everyone to learn and to want to seek coaching. All right. So I can teach you how to coach, and I do coach all my coaching students on how to coach their employees. And ask me any questions you have regarding managing millennials, understanding millennials, and how to evaluate millennials, how to draft job interview, job advertisements, and how to evaluate resumes, and how to draft covert job interview questions. So the candidates, they have no idea what is the true question you're trying to ask. And so instead of getting bamboozled one more time, I'm sure some of you have hired mistakes by mistakes, and you rather not go through that pain ever again. And don't you want to outsmart them during the job interview rather than having them outsmarted you, and you wasted your time one more time, and then they put on a fake show for 90 days, and on the 91st day, their twin brother showed up with a different personality? What a nightmare. So if you want to avoid that, okay, I can help you. I can teach you how to draft covert job interview questions so you don't get bamboozled ever again. And I can teach you how to evaluate your team, figure out who should be promoted, who should be terminated, okay, and who should be utilized. What I mean by utilize is the employee has some kind of a quality or performs some kind of a task, but really he's giving you a lot of trouble. He's giving you stomach ulcer, and you don't have a replacement yet, not yet, or maybe even for the midterm. Okay, a classic example is Dr. House. Dr. House is a troublemaker, but he has specialized skills, and he's driven by this insecurity. All right. So management understand that, so they utilize him. They utilize him to solve hard to solve medical cases, and they put in measurements and systems to accommodate whatever his problems is. So I can help you to figure out, who is to be utilized and how do you utilize them, and can you find replacement for them, and any other leadership challenges like dealing with bad employees. They may not be a millennial. Okay, there are bad employees who are not of millennial age, and I can help you to figure out what is the game they're playing, how to not get bamboozled by their unethical game. I can dissect the game for you. I can figure out how to build a new culture, a new system whereby those kind of behavior are not tolerated. Other employees will step up to say no to those destructive behavior to harm your entire team and your entire business. And then we can talk about what your challenges are. I can help you to solve your challenges. And I can also provide training. I can either come to your company's office, or we can do this virtually, remotely over the internet, to provide all kinds of training, leadership training, one-on-one coaching, executive coaching for your company to overcome challenges. Now, the reality here is the workforce is not getting any younger. You have no choice, you have no option but to hire younger people, younger and younger people. And the good news is, those successful organizations, they are looking for leadership people, management people who are capable, who have got a millennial mystery figured out. So if you develop yourself, if you take on this challenge, you overcome this challenge, you become expert at understanding millennial, at being able to manage them, being able to hire the right ones, and being able to terminate the troublemakers, you will have a skill that's highly sought after by those successful organizations, and you will go places with your career, right? So don't look at, is the glass half full or half empty? Here's the thing. You're a leader. You solve problems. Every time there's a problem, it's not bad news. It's opportunity. Every time there's a problem, it's opportunity for you as a leader. If you know how to solve those problems, you go places. This is the mindset I want to impart in you, and this is also the mindset I want you to impart in your employees, those millennial employees. Welcome problems, welcome challenges, learn how to solve them, and that is the skill that will help you to go places, and you will have what you want. You have fun, you get paid, you will have material wealth, and spiritually, and self-esteem, self-confidence, and it's a win-win situation for everybody. All right?
Don't forget to like and subscribe. So this way, when I release new educational videos, you will be notified and you will be the first to learn. And also, make sure you send this video to as many people as possible so we can all learn and grow together and help each other to grow together. We're in this together. And if you need private coaching, business consulting, or training, feel free to contact me. And my contact details are linked below.